Well, hey up, welcome back to the garage, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to this my Royal Enfield Classic 350. Now, there is a bit of an issue with, from what I can gather from all Royal Enfield bikes, certainly one that I found on my Interceptor and sorted out before any sort of problems developed. I'm not sure about the Scrambler. I've no reason to believe it won't be exactly the same factory process at play. But what I'm going to do here is test the same theory on the Royal Enfield Classic 350. And that is the Royal Enfield Classic overgreasing problem with the relays. So I checked the 3 relays on the Interceptor, and sure enough they were packed out with horrible white grease. And the received wisdom seems to be that these can be responsible for cutting out problems, fueling problems, things of that nature. I never had a problem with the Interceptor, even right up to 1200 miles, and it was at 1200 miles that I actually attended to those relays. But I'm up to sort of 220 miles on this Classic 350, and just very briefly the other day, whilst I was riding at a steady 50 miles per hour in 5th gear on the level, it just started to miss a little bit, as if there was a fueling issue. Probably only happened 3 or 4 times over the space of maybe 10-15 seconds, and then went away. But I'm just wondering if we have the same relays issue on the Classic 350 as clearly there is on the Interceptor. So I'm about to find out. The relays on this bike are located behind this metal black cover here, which I think is supposed to look like the old style oil tanks on older bikes, but it just comes off. There's a 10mm nut there, and the bottom just presses into place over the housing. So I'm going to remove this bolt, access the relays, and have a look and see if we've got any grease. So off we go. I've already loosened the bolt with a 10mm spanner. So there she is, and it should just, that's it, pop off. Look at that metal. Okay, so as you can see here, as you can see, the 3 relays are located in a line here, and they appear to be just clipped on to a rail at the back. That's usually how these relays are attached. And already, look, you can see the offending grease, and that's without even taking the relay out. So let's take this first one here. Just pulls off there's a tab there and a slot there, and it just anchors on, very straightforward. So we should just have to pull back this little tab here, and that should allow us to pull out the relay. He said. There we go. Well, s'help me God, if that ain't too much grease, I don't know what is. So we need to clear some of this out. There's different ways of doing this. I mean, some people just spray a load of dielectric spray in there, but let's just try and poke some of it out for the time being. So I'm going to use this here dental probe and see how much we can get out of the receivers here. Look at that. Wow. I mean, this is obviously to protect the electrics during shipping, But to be honest with you, unless the bloody ship sank, you wouldn't need all this. Right, let's get some blue roll. See if we can dig some of this stuff out. I mean, you could use a cotton bud for this, but you won't be able to get it right down into the gubbins. If you're using one of these things, don't press it in too far, because the last thing you want to do is damage the female connectors inside this relay housing. Now you can buy replacement relays, apparently, better quality relays. So I might order some of those. They're not particularly expensive, but apparently this fix does work. Okay, and the relay itself, yeah, so let's get a cotton bud out. Just clean these male connectors off. And clean some of this up here. You do need to leave some grease, a little bit, anyway. Right, so that's a lot cleaner now. So pop this one back in. Like so. Okay, and that first relay there is marked for power. So let's have a look at this one, which is marked for pump. So this is going to be the fuel pump, and this is the one I would guess, if the problem I had the other day with that slight missing is anything, it's gonna be this one for the fuel pump. Let's see if it's in the same state, shall we? Okay, yeah, even worse than the other one, if you can see that. And again, the female side absolutely caked in the stuff. So same again really, clean off the male connectors. Crikey, it's absolutely everywhere, look. Absolutely everywhere. Yeah, so apparently there's so much grease that when things warm up, it creates a short. Okay, let's pop the second one back. And number 3, marked AHO, whatever that is. Yeah, just lift it off the rail and the relays just pull out. There's no clips or anything to mess about with. Yeah, and the same old story on relay number 3. Okay, let's pop number 3 back. Thus. Okay, and just pop them back on the tabs. 1, 2, 3. Okay, go. So before we put the cover back, just fire her up, make sure everything's as it should be. Super. So, just need to replace the cover now. It's just presses home at the bottom, like so. And you need to push it. You need to push this slightly forward to get the hole in the cover to line up with the threaded tab underneath. We go. Just be really careful, you don't want to cross the threads. Okay, that's finger tight there. Now then, Eddie. .10mm spanner, tighten her up. There we go. Okay, there we go. So that's how to sort out the over-greasing of the relays issue. Quite a common issue, which apparently after a few miles can cause sort of starting stroke fueling problems. So hopefully that's my little issue rectified. If it isn't, I'll let you know. I'm fairly confident that it is though. So hope that's been of some interest to you. If it was, please leave a like, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, so until then, ride safe and above all be kind.